I wanted to list some test-taking tips that have worked for me over the years. First, before you take the exam, you need to prepare for it, so here are some study tips that have worked well for me. 1. Make a study plan. It must be a realistic plan that you can stick to. Do not try to do too much, whatever works best with your schedule. 2. Do not cram for exams. Plan out the appropriate length of time required to study for the exam, whether that is a week or 8 weeks, it depends. I found it best to not do more than 8 hours of studying in a day. 3. Get an appropriate amount of sleep before studying. This is something that really helps me to focus. If I do not sleep well when I'm studying, I can never really concentrate because I'm thinking about how tired I am. 7 to 9 hours for adults is the recommended amount, but whatever works best for you personally. 4. Take breaks. You can only focus for so long. I like to take short breaks at least once an hour, and if I go for more than an hour without a break, I usually take a little bit of a longer break. Try to get some physical activity in. Physical activity, even if it is just a walk outside, really helps you to feel good and focus more on what you're doing. Next, change your scenery to help you focus. I think changing your environment helps keep you focused as well. What I mean by this is that I like to study at my desk, then go to the living room or dining room, and go to the library or coffee shop to mix it up. That way I'm not sitting at my desk for too long. Lastly, make it a habit. If you are studying for a long-term exam, I found that taking time to study and making it part of your schedule every day makes it easier because it becomes a habit. Even if you are studying for classes, making a habit out of studying for an hour each day will really help to prevent you from cramming for exams. Now for the actual test-taking tips. Make sure to get enough sleep before the exam. Getting enough sleep really helps you to focus on the exam and makes you less likely to make unnecessary mistakes. Do not stay up all night studying the night before. Sleep is better for focus and performance than cramming in extra information. I like to go over my study material before bed, then read it over once more in the morning before the test. Next, minimize screen time the night before your test to help you sleep better. This is something that I like to do if I have a really important exam. I think that reducing screen time and doing something like reading before bed helps me to sleep better and feel more focused in the morning. If possible, use noise-canceling headphones or earplugs. When I am taking exams in a room with other people, it really helps me to think better if I can block out noise. I know classrooms may not allow this, but if you are taking a standardized exam at a testing center, they normally have these and I have found them very useful. Know how much time you have per question beforehand. This really helps for timed exams. I have always been a slow test taker and have often found myself struggling to finish on time. Knowing how much time you should be spending per question beforehand can really help you to stay on track, or at least know if you are running a bit ahead or behind the time. Go back and check your work at the end. I have caught many unnecessary mistakes on my exams by going back and checking over my work before I submit it. It also helps me to feel better about the exam knowing I checked my work. Next, take your time. Do not rush or feel like you need to be the first one out. It usually makes me feel nervous when a bunch of people are finishing and I am still working. But if you need it, you should take the whole time. If you don't know something, skip it and come back to it at the end. When this happens, I recommend putting your best guess down and coming back to the question at the end when you have extra time. On timed exams, you do not want to waste time on one question you do not know the answer to. Lastly, try not to get flustered. Even if you feel like you are not doing well, try not to get flustered or stress out. Staying calm will help you stay focused. These are all the test taking tips that I have. I hope you find this video to be helpful in preparing for your next exam.